I was thinking, you know, a community I haven't done yet that would probably be really interesting to you all is Shorecliffs. Now, Shorecliffs is kind of north to central north. It's not all the way furthest north of San Clemente, but it is a little bit further north. And with so many of the communities that we go through, we're talking about the lifestyle that the community lends itself to. And with communities that are on the ocean side of the 5 freeway, like Shorecliffs is, a lot becomes, what is the beach like? And how does the community associate with the beach? And so right now, behind me, you can see a little sliver of water, and I'm gonna take you to the actual beach. In a little bit on this video, we'll actually stand there at the Shorecliffs Beach Club, and we can kind of check out the sand and how that all lays out. But Shorecliffs is cool because it's a community that is very walkable. And when we're talking walkable, of course, you know, somebody might be okay to walk 20 minutes to get to the beach. But most people, when we're talking walkable to the beach, is like, you're gonna do that often. You can do it in sandals. Shorecliffs really is one of those communities where you'll take advantage of going to the beach, and the beach for Shorecliffs is Pokey, and that's where the Shorecliffs Beach Club is. All right, so here we are. I was gonna take you guys to Pokey, which is the beach here at Shorecliffs. And this is a little storm drain for Pokey Creek right here. And because of all the rain that we've had like crazy rain so far this January, we're not gonna be able to get there. It's pretty full right now. The pedestrian access has like 6 to 8 inches of water. We're gonna get you there, don't worry. We're gonna go a secret route, but this is normally how you would get to Pokey Beach. It's really easy, but there's a lot of water right now. And you can see that it's not draining out because the surf has pushed up the sand there. With the way the surf and the tide and the moon has been and a lot of rain, it's kind of flooded out right now. But we're gonna go a different way, so stay tuned. I've got a way to get you to the beach. So now we're on Pokey Beach proper. Gorgeous day. The Shorecliffs Beach Club is right up here in front of me. But this gives you an idea for Pokey. These rocks, it's typically a little bit more of a cobblestone beach, although these rocks will come and go depending on what the surf does. But pretty cool to be within an easy walk to all of this here. Dana Point Harbor and Dana Point Headland to the north, San Clemente Pier to the south. It's really a scenic spot and one of the best amenities of living in that Shorecliffs community. Pretty cool spot, man. We took, when I was in college, I was in a geology class, and we took a trip to Pokey to like study this creek and coastal erosion. So it's an interesting spot because all these beach road houses behind us, they're at like constant battle with Mother Nature, and that's a tough battle. High tide, high surf, it's a little nerve-wracking having a $5 million, $6, $7 million house on the sand when Mother Nature gets going. Also, the price of the homes is more reasonable than some of the other beach communities. So that's what we're gonna do today, is actually go through and look at the homes in the Shorecliffs neighborhood. Now, Another one of the cool things about this is this parking lot that we're driving through right now, all of these spaces is reserved for Shorecliffs residents. So on a really nice day, it's a beautiful day in February when we're filming this, it's empty, but let's say 4th of July, this is all reserved for Shorecliffs residents. So as you can see, this is a private parking lot for Shorecliffs Beach Club. And you gotta get a decal, put it in your window, and then you're good to park here. And Shorecliffs residents have access to that. Okay, so making a right on Via Cascadita. There's a couple of retailers here, a pizza shop, a liquor store. This is actually where the DMV is too for San Clemente. So if you ever have to go to the DMV, it's right here down at Shorecliffs, the Salvation Army, and a cool little bar and grill. Not a ton from a restaurant standpoint here in Shorecliffs. You're not gonna have the walkability of like a downtown San Clemente, but there is a little bit of restaurant action for the neighborhood. So Shorecliffs is mainly comprised of 1960s built single level ranch homes. Now over the years, people have added on or torn down and built new. And what you'll see is a range of homes from high 1,200 square feet up to 4,000, maybe even more in certain instances, with a price range from 1.2 million, and this is the beginning of 2023, 1.2 million up to $4 million with some of the new construction that was just built here in front of us. So we're pulling up to Via Socorro, and there are some really nice new construction homes that were just completed along this street. 3,000 plus, 3,600 square feet in some instances, and these homes were listed in the $3.8 million range, and some of them are a little bit less, but really a gorgeous product for the Shorecliffs neighborhood. And if you were to place this home in, let's say, Southwest San Clemente, you can expect the price to be closer to $5 million. So you get more bang for your buck here in Shorecliffs. Shorecliffs is also home to a middle school, Shorecliffs Middle School. And if you have kids that are gonna be entering into junior high, I'm gonna link up a video for you that you can click through to when I interviewed the then principal, Dr. Baker, and also did a tour of the campus. So it's a really informative video on Shorecliffs Middle School for y'all to check out. So we're gonna speed up here and make a left onto the next street, Via Bellina. Okay, so here we are, we're making a left onto Via Bellina. Now this is a notable street, here's why. Over the course of the last decade or so, there's been a few really low priced homes on this street. And people will call and be like, oh, why is this home 300,000 or 500,000 or 700,000? There were a few properties here that had some geo issues where the homes were basically condemned, the backyard slid out, the foundations were cracked, and that sent kind of through the community, a lot of people would ask, well, isn't Shorecliffs like, the slopes aren't stable, the homes aren't stable? That's not the case. This was pretty much an issue right along this portion of the street here, where the slope out over the golf course that was affected by an underground water table, and these homes had issues. But that is not the case for the rest of the community, although I will say any home in San Clemente that I get my clients into escrow on, if it's on a hill or if it has some neighboring property that you can clearly see has had geo issues, we're going to take a look at it with a geo inspector, geologist, and that's how we inspect and make sure that any property is safe. But I wanted to address if you've ever heard about that or seen those properties on Via Bellina, that's why they were priced the way that they were priced. As you can see now, we're kind of getting to the middle of the street and the homes are super solid. So it was just an acute issue for that section of the street. In some portions of Shorecliffs also, the homes are limited to single level. And that's something that I can go to the city, or you can even walk into the city and talk to the city planner, walk up to their desk and say, hey, I'm interested in this property, or I want to know if this property can go to 2 stories, and they'll be able to pull up the zoning and look right there. And so certain sections of Shorecliffs are limited to a certain height, which I believe is 16 or 17 feet, and not allowed to go 2 stories. And the reason for that is to preserve the views in the community. So we just made a right onto Via Montego, another Shorecliff street, and this is kind of the heart of Shorecliffs, the Shorecliffs Bowl, if you will. Some really gorgeous homes in here. People have done full-scale remodels, and there's still some homes in here that are mostly original, you know, to the early 1960s. More than half of the homes in Shorecliffs are going to have some sort of ocean view component, which how much and if there are rooftops in the view is going to be a case-by-case, property to property situation. Some homes have really, really big ocean views. Others might have rooftops or trees in their view. And that's what's really going to also determine pricing. You might see a property, you know, a model match that sold for 1.3 or 4 million, and then another same exact floor plan that sold for in the high millions, like 1.8, 1.7, 1.8, and it's all view dependent. So if you're looking for an ocean view, if you don't want to pay in the $2+ million range, and you still want to be walkable to the beach and have that beach amenity, Shorecliffs is a wonderful place to take a look at property. We're gonna make a turn down via Casa Loma. So inside this Shorecliffs, the heart here, you can see single loaded streets, homes on the right, no homes on the left. So if you come out your front door, you don't have an immediate neighbor across the street. What you have is a slope. And in Shorecliffs, this slope on the other side of the street isn't as tall as maybe something on the hill. And therefore, some of these homes, you know, we talked about ocean view, like at the crown of the street here, the slope on the left is very small compared to what it was just a few houses back. And that's going to mean that these homes are, you know, more subject to having rooftops in their view. So again, very important to go case by case to determine how much view a property will have. Let's make a left onto Allegra here. Another cool thing about Shorecliffs is there's an amazing park in the community, San Gorgonio. They have great pickleball courts, basketball courts, baseball fields, batting cages, and the access to San Gorgonio, having that here in this community is a big bonus. All right, so we're pulling up to the gates of the San Gorgonio Park here in Shorecliffs. Here's where you can play pickleball, all the things we just talked about. But I wanted you guys to see like how expansive this park actually is. Huge soccer fields. It really is, from a acreage standpoint, one of the larger parks in San Clemente, especially considering it's on the ocean side of the 5 freeway. So some really, really valuable land here. Even on a Thursday at 11. Pickleball in full effect. Generally speaking, in Shorecliffs, the homes that are kind of higher up in that heart, or higher up in the bowl, if you will, have the bigger ocean views. Now there are some instances where the homes that are a little bit, lower down, like they have unobstructed, no rooftops, and can get a really nice view that way. It's just a matter of determining price point and proximity to the beach, and how important is that to you, and from there just going street by street and determining, okay, this street's got the views that I want, or this street, maybe you don't care as much about paying for the view and you just want to be in this neighborhood. We can figure that out by going on a quick drive through the community with me and determining, okay, this is where I want to be. I just made a right onto Torito, and I'm going to make a quick left here onto Vaquero, which is going to take us right back to the beach access. So Shorecliffs Golf Course also meanders its way all throughout Shorecliffs, and it adds another component to the view, which is that golf course view. So if you like looking at golf courses, you like looking at the ocean, and you want to get a better bang for your buck, Shorecliffs can definitely be a community to consider. Call me or text me if you're interested in this neighborhood or even other neighborhoods, and what we can do on that call is just talk about what's the price point, what type of home are you looking for, and what type of lifestyle is it that you want out of this home. And whether it's Shorecliffs or another community, we can very quickly identify at least a few neighborhoods for you to take a look at. And then if you're coming to town, call me sooner than later, and let's go for a drive and do this together, so that you can figure out, yes, that's the community that has and checks all the boxes. I look forward to doing that with you. Give me a call and I'll talk to you soon.